On April 20th, 2026, Apple's board of directors did something almost no one is reporting honestly. They picked a CEO who has never shipped a single AI product, not one. While OpenAI raised billions, while Google poured $40 billion into Anthropic, while Meta committed $135 billion to AI infrastructure, Apple just put a hardware engineer in charge of the most valuable AI-skeptical company on Earth.
And what no AI channel is telling you is that this isn't a mistake. It's a deliberate billion-dollar strategy.
And by the end of this year, it's going to reshape the entire AI industry. 3 things you need to understand by the end of this video. First, who John Ternus actually is, and why his real track record matters more than every analyst is letting on. Second, the $1 billion secret deal Apple signed with Google in January that almost nobody is connecting to the CEO transition. And third, the codename Baltra, the project Apple has been hiding from public view, and what it tells us about Apple's actual AI strategy. Let's start with the announcement itself. On April 20th, Apple filed an 8K with the SEC. That's the form public companies file when something material happens, like a CEO transition. The filing said Tim Cook will move into the role of executive chairman of the board, effective September 1st, 2026. John Ternus, Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering, will become Apple's next CEO, since Steve Jobs handed the company to Cook in 2011. Now here's the part that's strange. Apple stock barely moved. No major analyst downgrades. No emergency press tour. No leaked internal memos from anonymous employees. For a $4 trillion company transitioning, the response was almost suspiciously calm. Why? Because Wall Street had already been told, quietly, over months. Through a series of decisions Apple made between October 2025 and January 2026, decisions that made the Ternus appointment not just predictable, but inevitable. What were those decisions? That's where this story stops being a routine succession announcement
and start becoming the most strategically CEO transition in tech history.
Here's what almost every news outlet got wrong about John Ternus. The headlines all said the same thing. Hardware veteran, 25 years at Apple. Successor to Tim Cook, background in mechanical engineering from the University of Pennsylvania, joined Apple's product design team in 2001.
All true, all surface. Here's what they didn't say.
In 25 years at Apple, he has personally overseen the engineering work behind every major iPhone, every iPad, the original AirPods, the entire Apple Silicon transition. By any standard, he is one of the most accomplished hardware leaders in the history of consumer electronics. Now here's the other part, the part critics inside Apple have been saying for years. Ternus has never launched a genuinely new product category, not once, not in 25 years. Cook, when he became CEO, had run Apple's operations and supply chain. Jobs himself launched 4 categories: Mac, iPod, iPhone, iPad. Ternus has launched 0. Inside Apple, people describe him as, quote, a perfecter, not a visionary. Someone more comfortable refining what exists than inventing what doesn't. And there's one product on his resume that almost nobody mentions. Widely considered one of the most significant product missteps in modern Apple history, the driving force behind it was John Ternus. Now read this quote he gave Tom's Guide in April, 3 days after his promotion was announced. Quote, Apple intelligence is a marathon, not a sprint. If we're doing it right, people won't even really notice or think about it. End quote. Translate that to investor language. It means we will be slower than every competitor, and we're okay with that. Why is the Apple board okay with that? Because they already have a plan. Which brings us to January 12th, 2026. On January 12th, 2026, exactly 3 months and 8 days before Cook's transition was announced, Apple and Google quietly issued a joint statement. The statement was short, 2 paragraphs. Most tech news sites buried it. Apple said, quote, after careful evaluation, we determined that Google's technology provides the most capable foundation for Apple Foundation models. End quote. Translated, Apple is licensing Google's Gemini AI as the brain of Siri. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman reported the financial details 2 weeks later. Apple is paying Google approximately $1 billion per year for access to a custom version of Gemini. Gene Munster estimated the total deal value at up to $5 billion. The custom Gemini model. Apple license runs at 1.2 trillion parameters. That's 8 times larger than the largest cloud-based AI model Apple had built on its own. 8 times. Apple, the $4 trillion company that built its entire reputation on vertical integration, on never relying on a competitor's technology, is now paying its biggest rival $1 billion a year to run its flagship AI product. And there's a detail almost nobody is reporting clearly. Apple tested OpenAI's models first, then Anthropic. They chose Google. Not because OpenAI was bad, not because Anthropic was unavailable. Because, and this is the strategic part, Google has the cloud infrastructure Apple needs while it builds its own. Read that again. While it builds its own. Read that again. While it builds its own. The Apple-Google deal is not a permanent partnership. It's not a strategic alliance. It's a bridge contract. Apple is paying $1 billion a year for the next 2 to 3 years while it constructs the infrastructure to replace this deal entirely. Which brings us to the code name Baltra. Baltra is the code name of an AI server chip Apple has been quietly developing for almost 2 years. It is the most ambitious silicon project in Apple's history, and it is the reason the Gemini deal exists. Here are the facts. In May 2024, Apple started an internal project called ACDC. The name stood for Apple Compute Data Center. Its goal was to build a custom AI server chip, not for consumer devices, but for Apple's own data centers. By December of that year, the project had a new codename and a partner. The codename was Baltra. The partner was Broadcom. Apple is building Baltra using TSMC's 3nm process, the same process NVIDIA, OpenAI, and Google are using for their most advanced chips. The architecture is chiplet-based, optimized for AI inference, designed specifically for Apple's private cloud compute system. According to analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, mass production begins in the second half of 2026. Brand new AI-specific data centers, built to house Baltra silicon, are scheduled to come online in 2027. Now connect the dots. Read those dates again. They are not coincidences. Now connect the dots. Read those dates again. They are not coincidences. They are a sequence. February 2025. Apple announces a $500 billion investment plan in US manufacturing, 20,000 new American jobs, a dedicated AI server factory in Houston, Texas. October 2025. Houston factory starts shipping American-made servers ahead of schedule. January 2026. Apple-Google Gemini deal announced. $1 billion per year. A bridge. January 2026. Apple-Google Gemini deal announced. $1 billion per year. A bridge. Read those dates again. They are not coincidences, they are a sequence. Apple has been building toward this for 2 years. The Gemini deal isn't a surrender, it's a stall tactic. And Ternus is the man chosen to execute what comes after. So what comes after? Here's the part that connects to your wallet directly. So what comes after? Here's the part of this story that connects to your wallet directly. Because everything Apple is planning for the next 18 months runs through Ternus. September 2026, the same month Ternus takes over, Apple is expected to launch its first foldable iPhone. Codenamed internally for years, manufactured at TSMC and Foxconn, this device will be the first iPhone form factor change since 2017. Ternus personally oversaw the hardware engineering. It is, in every meaningful sense, his first product as CEO. 2027, the year after the data centers come online, Apple plans to release its AI smart glasses. The glasses are designed to integrate Siri natively, run on-device AI processing through Apple Silicon, and use Apple's new server infrastructure for anything that requires cloud compute. Ternus, before joining Apple, worked at Virtual Research Systems, a VR headset company in the 1990s. The man chosen to run Apple is the man who started his career building head-mounted displays. Then there's the pendant. A wearable Siri device, no screen, designed to be worn around the neck or clipped to clothing. According to Bloomberg, it's expected within 12 to 18 months of the smart glasses launch. Look at the pattern: foldable phone, smart glasses, pendant, camera-equipped AirPods. Every single product on Apple's roadmap is a new AI hardware category. None of them is a software-first product. None of them depends on Apple winning the AI model race, because Apple already conceded that race to Google for $1 billion a year so they could win a different one. 3 things have to happen on that stage for Apple's strategy to hold. First, Cook has to introduce a working Gemini-powered Siri, not a demo, not a preview, a shipping product. iOS 27, target release fall 2026. If Siri ships broken, like it did in 2025, investor confidence in the Gemini deal collapses. Second, Ternus has to give a hardware preview that justifies his appointment. Smart glasses footage, foldable iPhone footage, something visible. Third, and this is the one almost nobody is watching for, Apple has to publicly acknowledge the Baltra project, not by name. Apple never confirms internal code names. If even one fails, the next 12 months become the most difficult period in Apple's modern history. If this gave you the depth on Apple's AI strategy that no one else is breaking down honestly, hit like. It tells the algorithm to show this to other people getting the Surface version. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you there.